Hi and welcome everyone to Polish Week. Yes. So this week, or in this episode, we're going Polish. Yeah. So I have three movies that I will be reviewing, either made by a Polish director, but the film doesn't necessarily have to be recorded or shot in Poland. And we have films that are definitely shot in Poland as well. But yeah, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. I'm Sarah of Horror. I review movies and do film commentary, and even though I'm Sarah of Horror, I review all types of movies, not just horror movies, but I do prefer horror movies. Okay, so the first film that I'm going to talk about is Possession. Yes. So, Possession. It's from 1981. It's directed by Andrzej Żuławski. It's starring Isabella Gianni and Sam Neill. So, the plot. The plot is we have this marriage between Anna and Mark. They are together, but they are struggling. They are really struggling. So, this movie is basically about a really hard and nasty breakup. Yes. Like, to simplify it, yeah, because I don't want to really spoil the plot or any kind of details about this film that might spoil the film, so I'm giving you a simplified version. And I think this is the first film I saw from Żuławski, and what an just amazing and traumatizing film it is. As I said, it is about a very hard and painful breakup, basically. And Żuławski also said that he used specific colors to enhance this feeling. Because if you look at the film, it's very stylized. Like, there is a lot of blue, different shades of blue being used in this film. And apparently, Żuławski said that the color blue represents, oh, what did he say? Something a bit negative. I don't know, if losing something, or yeah, but it kind of that color kind of reflects their relationship and breakup, so to speak, the struggle and everything. So that is why he used a lot of blue in this film. But there's also a section where he uses white for more the clinical feeling, cleanliness, and that also has a specific part to play in this film. And I love that. I love when directors, really think about color representation and how different types of color, represents us. And my camera is crooked, so that represents me, I guess. But yeah, but so that's like the first thing that I noticed when I first saw this film, and now when I rewatched it. Just the style, the colors, just the kind of minimalism, so to speak, and it really fits the film so well. It kind of gives the film a bit of a colder tone, and I really, really like that, because that comes in contrast to the later parts with this film when certain things are revealed. And I have to say that both Isabella Gianni and Sam Neill, they do such an amazing, just role representation of their characters, and especially Isabella Gianni, because I think she got some very, very rough and tough scenes to act and to play out, and she did it like masterfully. And one scene that of course comes in mind is that subway scene, and also that underground tunnel, or yeah, the underground scene where she's just letting it all out, letting all her frustration comes out, letting everything just simmer through, and that is just fantastic. And I remember like watching that scene for the first time, I got goosebumps. I was mesmerized. I was just like, because you know, I've acted in some films, and I was like, I would love to be able to kind of portray that type of acting, just, you know, letting myself completely go, just kind of transform myself into another, I don't know, it felt like another dimension, so to speak. It felt like she was both there and she wasn't both, and she wasn't there. Like, physically she wasn't there, but mentally, like, she was in a totally different space, which made it really work, and just such an agonizing performance. It was amazing. But I mean, she just shone through in every scene, which was just amazing to watch. And this is a film that is hard to watch. It is, because it, you know, deals with a very heartbreaking topic, like that most of us can relate to. You know, being brokenhearted and going through a breakup, and you know, you try everything to make it work with this particular person, but then it still kind of doesn't. So, you know, it's a film about the struggles, just the hopelessness, just the feeling of not being good enough. No matter what you do, it's never gonna work. So it is very relatable. And you know, also Sam Neill, what an amazing performance as well, because he also had some hard scenes and he did all of them brilliantly. And also some of the SFX and gore in this film, I mean, amazing. Zhuavsky talked about how he made some of those bed scenes, you know what I'm talking about, and I was like, really, wow, because it looks really good. So if you've seen the film, you know exactly what I mean. If you haven't seen the film, you know, maybe it's a sign that you have to watch the film. But yeah, I'm very impressed by this film. I think the script is such a strong script. Like the idea, everything just came together wonderfully. The cinematography, amazing scenery, everything perfect. Just, oh, this is my type of movie. Like the first maybe 30-45 minutes, it's really about, you know, the relationship, the struggles, and then we have the rest of the film, and we're like, wow, okay, this is, you know, the director takes this storyline into a whole nother level, and that is what makes it so brilliant and fantastic. I mean, this movie is really memorable, like very memorable. Totally memorable. So yeah, I think I saw this film for the first time like 15 years ago, and that film still stuck with me until I rewatched it a couple of days ago. Yeah, so I hadn't seen the film for 15 years. I rewatched it, and you know, I remembered a lot from the film. A lot of scenes were still crystal clear in my mind. It was like I had seen the film before watching it the day before. Yeah, so it's just an amazing, stunning, traumatizing, painful film to watch. But if you haven't seen this film, you know, please do so. And also, maybe you've seen some other films from Andrzej Żuławski, like The Third Part of the Night, Devil Diablo. Yeah, I mean, he makes very special films. You can tell by the cinematography, the way he shoots the film, just his kind of spin and take on the simplest story, that he can transform into such an agonizing journey, but a really memorable journey. But yeah, I do really like his movies. I am trying to watch more, so I'll definitely check out more movies from him, and I will be reviewing more Żuławski films. So it's not just Isabella Gianni and Sam Neill who has great performances. I think it's every character in this film. They do an amazing job. Even someone who has like one line or two lines, like they truly got their characters, the intention, the words behind, the meaning behind. And you know, it's really fascinating to watch this film. So, what will this movie get from me? I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. Yeah, so a 10 out of 10, an amazing strong start to this Polish episode. And when I say 10 out of 10, I really mean 10 out of 10. I rarely give out 10 out of 10 nowadays. I used to more when I was younger, but not now. But I think I gave this one a 10 out of 10 when I saw it the first time, and I still stand by that 10 out of 10. So, you know, go and watch this movie if you can. And if you've seen this film, let me know in the comments below what you think about Żuławski's work. Moving on to review number 2, and in this one I review a very special Polish film, which is very new, and it uses a special technique. And I'm talking about the movie The Peasants, or as it is called in Polish, Chłopi. Chłopi is from 2023, so quite recent. It's directed by D.K. Welchman and Hugh Welchman. It is starring Kamila Urzędowska, Robert Gulaczyk, Mirosław Baka, Sonia Mietelica, and Eva Kasprzyk. So, the plot. In this one, we have this young woman called Jagna. She is living like, this is the late 19th century Poland. She's living in like a village. We're both like rich and poor people live together as a society. And you know, she's trying to navigate through this, find herself. She's still very young. But then she gets promised a way for marriage with someone who she doesn't want to marry that person at all. And things kind of spiral and escalate from there. So, you know, not a horror film, but it does deal with, you know, like hard and horrific themes in this one. And when I said that this film like uses a special technique, they filmed the film like in a normal film, but then they painted the film, like hand painted, which makes the film look like an oil painting. And it is gorgeous. I mean, when I first saw the first few minutes, I was like, okay, this is the introduction. This is how they introduce the film, you know, with a little oil. Because, you know, some films, they have like an introduction film, you know, by animating a scene or something. So I thought that they would have this oil thing for a few minutes and then it would turn into a normal film. But it didn't, and I'm so happy, because I don't think this film would stand out as much if it would have just been filmed in a normal way, or if they had left it like that. But just this oil paint cinematography is just breathtaking, and it does add something to the characters. I mean, the characters are well written. We do not need the oil painting to get across, you know, the feelings, thoughts, emotions, relationships, whatever. But the oil painting things just, it adds something. It really does. It adds a whole new layer, like literally, so to speak, on the film. Yeah, that was like going through my mind when I watched the film. Through the entire film, I was like, oh, this is breathtaking. This is gorgeous. I mean, whoever came up with that idea, genius. So, I mean, yeah, this is just cinematography. Bravo. Just some trivia, you know, the film consists of 80,000 paintings. 80,000. I mean, wow. That is quite a lot, yeah. And also they used 1,350 liters, which is 300 gallons of paint. Oh, that is insane. But I mean, the result is amazing. It's stunning. And I was, you know, mesmerized through the entire film. I could not keep my eyes off the film even for a second. And just the performances are really good. The drama, the story, very, very intriguing. And it shows like how gossip and just the wrong people saying some wrong and untrue things, how that quickly that can escalate into like just a horrible situation, basically. So this is a really, really powerful film with a powerful message, and I think, you know, it should be viewed by everyone. But, you know, if you do like Polish cinema, then especially if you do like Polish cinema. There are a lot of great Polish films, and I'm happy to be talking about the Peasants in this one. When I saw it, I immediately knew that I had to include it in the episode, and I'm so happy that I got Possession and I got the Peasants, and you'll see what I have in store for the third review, but not quite yet. I mean, the young woman who plays Jagna, Camila, she's what an amazing performance. I do hope to see a lot more from her. I do have to catch up on my Polish actors and actresses. Even though I'm Polish, I have to admit, like, I miss a lot of movies. I do not recognize some actors that I probably should. So I will definitely catch up on that. Also, I was so excited about doing this Polish themed episode. I was like, you know, I need to do it. I need to. And also the costumes, like the folklore costumes, they dressed up and dance in this film. They're kind of true to the culture back then, and the dances and everything they perform are also true to the culture. So I was very happy and pleased to see that, to learn more about those types of things as well. I'd say that the costume in this film looks really good. Like, you know, everything composed with the painting and the scenery, the cinematography, just everything kind of pops. The oil thing really makes everything pop and be a lot more interesting. So, what will I give this one? How many oil platings will this get? I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. Yeah. So another really strong film. 9 out of 10. We had the first out of 10 out of 10, now 9 out of 10. I mean, pretty good day, huh? A good episode. So let's see if the third one will also get an amazing grade. Let's keep this going. Okay, everyone, we have arrived at the final review in this episode. And it is of a film called RH+, or in Polish RH+. And it's from 2005. It's directed by Jarosław Zamojra, starring Anna Przybylska, Robert Zołodziewski, Andrzej Krukowski, Grzegorz Mostowicz-Gerszt, among a lot of people. So in this one we have a group of friends. They are going away to go on vacation, to dive, which is something they usually do. But on the evening or night before they are going away, one of the friends has an accident and he wakes up in a hospital. He finds out that another friend is dead, but this is just kind of a mistake, and this leads them to trying to find out the truth, and they are being targeted by someone who's trying to find out their blood types. Yeah. So, I mean, that might have sounded a bit complicated, or like, wait, well, what is going on? That was exactly my thought when I was watching this film. I rewatched it because I saw it the first time when it was released. I think it was in 2005, 2006, something like that. And then I rewatched it now. So this is like 19 years later, 18, 19 years later. And honestly, I do think that the script is a mess. Just the story is a total mess. The script is a mess. Like when I was rewatching this film, I was like, but this film is written and shot and edited like there are scenes missing from this film. Because it goes from one thing to another, and I'm like, wait. There had to be something that happened in between there that we are not like we're not giving that information. And it maybe they cut that scene, or they were just being lazy and being like, you know, people they can think for themselves. They will just imagine that this happened or something. And yeah, that just happened a lot. And also I think this film couldn't really pick a genre. Like it was trying to be a thriller, but it wasn't thrilling enough. It was trying to be a little bit horror. It wasn't horrifying enough. And then it was, trying to be drama. But it had so many elements, so little elements of a lot of genres. It just felt so messy, felt so, all over the place. And honestly, if they would have stuck to the horror genre, really made this a horror film, because they have the story for a horror film, like a killer trying to pick people based on their blood types. Come on, I've written that film. No, it's true. When I was 12, I wrote a film about a killer, torturing, killing people because of their blood type. So, I mean, had it just gone all in on that horror theme, this could have been really good. But they do chickened out. And they had like a really good actress, like Anna Przybylska, really good actress. She's passed away now, very young, cancer. But I mean, she was really good. I have seen her in a lot of things, movies, series. She always puts a smile on my face. Always love seeing her. So I mean, they could have done so much more with her characters, with every character. I mean, now they felt very cliche, very bland, very underdeveloped, so to speak. It was just not that interesting at all. This movie is very, very bland. Aside, if they would have just gone with this horror theme all the way out, I could have had an amazing slasher movie from Poland. But they didn't, because when you see the title, RH plus, RH plus, you're like, oh my god, blood types, it's a horror film, right? That's what I thought. And then I was like, yeah, it tries to be in some scenes, but yeah, no. You barely see any death scenes. When something interesting and exciting happens, it kind of cut away, and it's like, okay. And then there was some scenes they tried to incorporate some humor in it, and it just felt very off. I was like, yeah, this isn't working, unfortunately. There were some like scenery, some places which really worked for the film, like the place that they ended up having the vacation at when they were diving, and like the final 20 minutes of the film, like the climax. That was a good place. I just wish that they had utilized it even more. Also, I got a bit of a Turistas vibe. Turistas, that film where they are harvesting organs and stuff. I got a bit of that feeling in this film. Obviously, Turistas is much better. If I haven't reviewed Turistas on this channel, maybe I will, because I really want to rewatch that film. Oh, that's a good film. But yeah, I got that kind of a vibe in this film. It could have reached that potential, but unfortunately it did not, which is such a shame. Really a shame, because this movie just ticks off all the kind of cliche boxes, but in a really boring and bland way. Like, nothing really stands out, unfortunately. There are a few nice things, but nothing that really makes you go, "Ooh, that was something. Let me see that again." But it is such a shame, because I really wanted RH Plus to be something that is not. I probably has to do with my expectations and what I thought when I read the title, when I kind of read the synopsis of the film on the back of the DVD, because I got the DVD really cheaply from Poland. And I don't know, I thought I had a different kind of image of this film in my head before watching it. But all of the things I've talked about, which could improve this film, which would have made it a really good film, I do think that I just wish that would have been the film. And yeah, I do think that there needs to be more horror movies coming out from Poland. And there have been a few now coming out in the last few years. Even what's called No One Sleeps in the Woods Tonight, 1 and 2, they're on Netflix. And I think All My Friends Are Dead or something like that also. So I mean, we're getting there, but I feel we need to step it up a bit and create some more horror films in Poland. And RH Plus could have been an amazing slasher classic if done properly and correct. It would have been maybe a horror comedy. That would be fun too. But a proper slasher with an homage maybe to the 80s, that would be really fun. Would have loved to do a remake on Erha Plus and made it a true horror film, like it deserves to be. So yeah, I mean, if someone just gives me a few millions, and I can do it. Yeah. Okay, so how much blood am I willing to shed for this? I'm giving it a 3 out of 10. Yeah, 3 out of 10. Not as good as the first one, Possession, or the second one, The Peasants. Not good at all. But you know, you win some, you lose some. So it's fine anyway. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this Polish themed episode. And if you liked this episode, remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, it helps me out a lot, and leave a comment, you know, for the algorithm. It really helps me. And if you want to leave a comment, which shows me that you have made it all the way to this episode or to this end, then leave a Polish flag comment. It's white and red. Yes. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.